EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. This episode is partially sponsored by Libby Weissman and her team at SeniorTransitionNavigator.com and Luxury Homes of the TreasureCoast.com. So Libby works with seniors and their families to help with decision making so that they can live their best, vibrant life in their senior years. And a lot of it revolves around downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, estate sales, relocation, and so much more. So for a free consultation, speak with Libby. Call her at 772-783-2800. Visit SeniorTransitionNavigator.com and Luxury Homes of the TreasureCoast.com. Okay, people start businesses because they either have a talent or a passion for something, and they quickly realize that there are a lot of moving parts in the background. And if you feel like a hamster on a never-ending wheel, this episode is for you. Joining me in the studio again is Grisel Conno, and she is the owner of Busy G Bookkeeping. And, she works with all types of businesses, from startups to well-established. She has a whole suite of services that she offers. We've got a lot to talk about. There are some new additions to what she has to offer. So welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm happy to have you here because we're going to go into some questions that are going to make people feel like, oh my gosh, I really feel this way. But we're going to talk about ways that they can feel, oh, so much better. And you're going to help them with that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you've been on the show once before. There's lots of things that you do. Before we get into the nitty gritty, tell us why you wanted to get into this industry of bookkeeping and then start your own business.
So my background is in government finance, and I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit and mind. So I always knew I was going to start a business. I just always thought a product would need to be the catapult. And at some point, watching and loving Shark Tank and The Profit and those kinds of shows, I realized that people didn't really know their numbers. And to me, it was like, how do you not know your numbers? To me, it just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers to me are logical. I get them. And then I realized a lot of people don't. Mm-hmm. So at some point, I realized that my skills could be the service that I turn into my business. Mm-hmm. And I started in January of 2020. So I got my training wheels very quickly with the pandemic, mm-hmm. and everyone who was trying to apply for PPP loans and the EIDL and all of those things needed financials. And so they were looking for bookkeepers and they wanted quick turnaround times and whatnot. So I got my training wheels very quickly. But it also gave me that confidence to see there's definitely a need here. Mm-hmm. And I continued.
Oh, very good. Because there are some people that look at their balance of their checkbook, their business checking, and they see money and they go, great, I have money to spend. That's not a good methodology for operating your business.
No.
I'm just saying, right? Okay. So now there are a few questions on your website that I wanted to read out loud. And you have feeling like a worker bee in your own business, don't know where to start, can't seem to get caught up, right? So now as people are listening to this, they're like slumping down because they get caught up in their day-to-day. The end of the day, it's like, what have I done? And they feel like they're not working on their business, and that is a problem, right? They just want to do X meaning what they love, what they're good at. But there's other things that are important. So what would you like to say about that?
So when we start a business, you just don't know what you don't know. And yes, there are that back end always ends up on the back burner. right?
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with the customer in front of you. You're dealing with the job in front of you. You're dealing with your employees or vendors or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do on the back end not only can save money for these businesses by, tax planning and tax, those kinds of things, but also we can give you back time, which is a commodity that nobody can duplicate, right?
Yes.
But if
you're a magician. I didn't know you were a magician.
I have been called magical, yes.
Very good.
So if you allow me to take that task off of your hands, then in essence, you're getting back more time to do X, to do whatever it is
what
in your business that you
at.
Right. Or what you want to do.
Right.
Or buy the pool or more sleep. Whatever it is you want to do with that time is up to you.
Or sleep by the pool.
There you go. Even better.
I think I would be good at that.
Yes.
At that task. I think I have that one mastered. Ask my husband.
Right.
He would so agree with that, right? Okay, so now we're getting close to the end of the year. Okay. Gasp, gasp. Okay, so January will be here before we know it. And a lot of people will start off the new year by starting a business, which is exciting and wonderful. So for the business newbies, how can you help them when they feel that they can't afford a bookkeeper?
So, number one, if you don't know if you can afford it, that's a sign you need a bookkeeper. But the other side of it is, yes, I help establish businesses, but I kept seeing a need. I kept getting on calls where people were just asking questions. They didn't know where to start. What should I be doing? I know I'm supposed to do this, but how am I supposed to do this? So I created an advisory service called Ask Me Anything.
I like
and
that.
Literally anybody can do that call.
I kind of stole part of that phrase, but I add to it sales and marketing communications.
There you go.
Because numbers, I'm allergic to them. Yeah, just kidding.
It's okay. A lot of people are. A lot of people.
But that's good for you.
Yes, exactly. That's how I'm still employed.
Yeah.
A lot of people see a spreadsheet or they see these numbers and it's like Chinese, or they start feeling anxious, and that's okay. I'm not that way. I love me a spreadsheet. So granted, we don't really do much in spreadsheets with the clients, but that's okay. So yeah, I developed the advisory call, the Ask Me Anything, which if you're just starting out, that's a great spot to start. But also if you're already established and you don't really know what direction to go in next, I'm a great resource for that as well. And then I also developed a course, which is a Google spreadsheet. It's called Busy G Books Made Easy. So there's a DIY option where you can do it yourself. And the course itself is less than 3 hours of videos. It's like bookkeeping 101, tips and tricks for documents and receipts, but also walks you through how to do the spreadsheet and then how to read the report that you get at the end. But there's also a done with you option where it's like having me in your back pocket. So there's Voxer access, which Voxer is a free app for communication. It's like walkie-talkie, or one-on-one support. So you get either option depending on what you feel you need.
I like that. I like that a lot. And, there's a phrase on a photo of you on the website, okay, and it says and it's referring to you. So you are your client's new favorite tax write-off. How brilliant is that? Very cool. I like that a lot. And then, okay, so we're coming to the end of 2025 and cleaning up the books, okay? So why is it important to clean up the books before the end of the year?
So a cleanup basically refers to history. And we're going to go back to the last year that you filed taxes. So in this case, hopefully you've already done 2024. If you've ignored everything since, then we're starting at January 1 of 2025. And the reason why you want to do that now, before the very end of the year, is because you'll be able to see where you're at profit-wise,
Mm-hmm.
because taxes are based on your profits. And so you might have heard people saying like, oh, I need to spend money. That's what they're referring to.
Oh,
That way
okay.
it reduces your profits so that you're taxed on less. But I can provide the report, then you take it to your tax preparer and get the advice that they
Right.
deem as necessary for you in your current position. But really,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen clients where they were thinking about purchasing a vehicle or equipment or hiring somebody, but they were putting it off till January.
Mm.
And then they realize now is actually the right time because then you get to reap those tax benefits.
Very
So
good.
that's why it's super important right now. But also, we're goal setters.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a goal for 2025 and you don't know where you're at, you've still got time to make that,
That's true.
to achieve that goal.
I like that a lot. So before we cut to commercial break, because I can't believe we have to at this point, what is the website? What would you like to do to suggest that people, if they want to reach you, how do they reach you?
Well, the website is www.busygbooks.com. You can also email info@busygbooks.com for a quote. If you go to the website, top right corner, you can click the button to get a quote. It's throughout the website.
Yeah.
You'll see that button, and that basically starts the process to be able to get on a call. We do everything via Zoom or Voxer.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a phone number, and the phone call will direct you to the website, basically.
Okay.
And you can get a link
Mm-hmm.
to the site and also with the email address so that it's nice and easy.
Okay. All right. Very good. Did you want to give the phone number? Or...
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
772-264-1900.
Very good. And with that, we have a lot more to discuss. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Very good.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Four Seasons, Braxton, Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of American-made Telescope, Berlin Gardens, Lloyd Flanders, and Pollywood, all with no tariff ever. And we also specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a huge floor sample sale with lots of great markdowns on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. And visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Vero Beach is out and alive. Music's playing, people are dancing, the dance floor is packed. It's the Sunset Saturday Concert. Fun and free for all on Ocean Drive. With live music by Stacy Soul, food, wine, and beer. Presented by GHO Homes, the Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce, Millennium Cremation Service, and Mangrove Sands Golf Club and Restaurant. The Sunset Saturday Concert. Saturday, November 15th at 5 p.m. at Hummerston Park on Ocean Drive, Vero Beach. Now that's the life.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I'm with Grisel Conno of Busy G Books. Did I get that right, Conno? No, Cano. Why did I put that little enye? I want to put an enye in your name. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Grisel Conno. I've only known you for like, I don't know how many years now, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. So in the first half, we spoke about the importance of cleaning up books by year end. But there's a little bit more to the story of why that is important. So let's talk about that a little bit more.
So we talked about how it'll help you hopefully decrease your tax liability, but also it helps you to not pay that big tax prep bill to your CPA or whoever's doing your taxes, because we want to avoid the shoebox of receipts and invoices going to them. You can totally bring that to me.
And you're going to charge
firm.
a lot less.
Yes.
And it's going to take less time.
Correct.
And because the accountant really doesn't want to do that. So they'll say, oh, sure, I can do that for an extra charge of $1 bazillion.
Right. That, in my experience, that has been the case. It might not be across the board, but that has been my experience.
Yeah.
And also the time situation as well. We don't want to be filing extensions if we don't have to.
Yep.
It's nice to have a bookkeeper in place, because then you can just have this nice, pretty little package to give to your preparer. And then the extra nice thing is, if there's questions, they can contact me directly.
Yeah.
Likely you'll get copied on emails, but
sure,
I can answer those questions where you might be
quickly, efficiently. So the client is going to have a better experience overall at tax prep time. And I know that people want to reduce their tax liability, but then what happens is when they get closer to retirement, they want to sell their business for $1 bazillion. But they're not showing profit. So perhaps they should switch that train of thought maybe 5 years before they want to sell.
Well, yes, there are consultants out there that actually help you prepare your business
for an exit strategy.
Yes, so that's one of the reasons why. Now, that's more of a long-term reason. In the short term, if you're looking for loans or anything from a bank, right? A credit line. They want to know that you need the funds, but they also want to know that you can afford to pay them back. So there needs to be some amount of profit there so that they know that you are like credit worthy in their terms, right? So your books need to be accurate. But for me too, with separating personal and business, I'm sure there's a lot of accountants out there that advise to write off as much as possible, write off your life. And while that can be helpful from a tax perspective, your business doesn't benefit from that very much, because when you go to look at your business reports, you don't have a clear picture of how much am I spending business-wise.
Right.
How much is coming in just for the business? What is that actual profit when it's just your business? It's like keeping it separate is just cleaner.
Yeah,
nicer.
I definitely agree. And okay, so you know what? I'm going to jump to the advice piece, and then we're going to go back to the service piece.
Okay.
So the advice that you have for businesses that are in that 1 to 5 year window, what would you like to share with them?
So number one rule that I tell everyone is separate your personal and your business finances. That is number one.
Oh, you mean not to have one checking account for both?
It still happens, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But that just goes back to you don't know what you don't know. So while it may seem logical to us, not everybody realizes that. Also, if you're going from side hustle to making it legit, it might have been, okay in the side hustle days. So keeping everything separate, number one is just cleaner. But number one is the IRS doesn't see it that way. If you run your business card at Publix for groceries and you're just saying, oh, well, I'm just paying myself back. Yes, I understand that mentality and that thought process. The IRS does not see it that way. We want to keep everything as separate as possible. There's just a lot of risk involved by mixing. And honestly, today, with all of the instant cash transfers like Zelle and Venmo, there's really no reason not to. So that would be number one. Number two is how to pay yourself.
Yeah.
So you're not technically on payroll until you're more established, making a lot more profit. And so you'll be paying yourself as a draw in the beginning, and how much is appropriate when covering expenses, not only for your business, but also for your life, so we can advise on that. The other advice I would say is know your pricing. And in order to know your pricing, you have to have a good idea of your expenses.
Sure.
Not just how much it costs to provide that one service, but also your overhead. If you have rent and insurance and those kinds of things, fixed costs, variable costs, all of that. But I see a lot of business owners price based on what they think clients or customers will pay,
and
versus
they're losing money.
Exactly. And then what the result of that is their schedule is packed, super busy, no time to sleep, eat, or anything.
Yeah. But they're not making
their
money.
bank account does not reflect it. Exactly.
So then when you come on the scene, that's that clarity. So you are either handing out tissues because they're upset, but at least they know, okay, I'm losing money. Now I can fix this.
Right.
Or then they're like, wow, I'm getting a gold star because even though I wasn't paying so close attention to my numbers, I'm actually doing pretty well.
Correct.
So that's good. So to circle back, because sometimes people say, I know that I need the help, but I'm afraid. And that's why you have created these baby step services that you mentioned. I call it baby step services. I'm not in your world. I'm just going to make stuff up. But for a business owner that's starting out, you offer these different services where you're helping them at different levels until they get to the point where it's like, oh, please take it all away from me.
I think it also helps to establish trust because not everybody's going to just say, here you go, and open up their life.
Yeah.
Because it's not your personal life, it's your business life. But, we didn't grow up talking about money, right?
Yeah.
So there's sometimes shame behind it. A lot of people are always like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's so messy. It's so this, it's so that. But really and truly, I've either seen worse or, like you were saying before, people end up being surprised, like, wow, I'm profitable. And then the next question is always, where'd it go?
Right. Yeah. Or how can I make it even better?
Right.
Okay. So what Grisel is trying to tell you all is that you're not special. You're in your own feelings, but she's seen it all. And you also, I know, right? Aren't I obnoxious? Cindy is telling me there's only 2 minutes left. So with the last 60 seconds, what I want people to understand from you is that you're also very confidential.
Oh, yes.
Because, we're on the Treasure Coast, but you work with people all over the place. But because you meet people networking, everything stays within you. Okay. Always. Otherwise, the Grisel will lose all of her clients. So how can people get in touch with you, please?
Well, we mentioned the website. So www.busygbooks.com. If you'd like a quote, same address /quote. Email is info@busygbooks.com or the phone number 772-264-1900.
Very good.
Which will also direct you to the website. And, I'm on Instagram @BusyGBooks, Facebook, either my name or Busy G Bookkeeping Solutions. And I'm available in DMs and
Wonderful.
I'm
so
here to
you're
help.
very good at communicating, which is perfect. So if you are not working with Grisel, it is your own fault if you are not just killing it, slaying it in your business. I can say that. I'm allowed to. Okay. If you said it, somebody might say, well, isn't she full of herself? But I think that you're amazing. And I've been at networking events where people have given you glowing testimonials. So that is my own personal opinion. But before we wrap up, I just wanted to get people back onto Libby Weissman, SeniorTransitionNavigator.com, LuxuryHomesOfTheTreasureCoast.com, 772-783-2800. Libby Weissman is a senior herself, and she's in every aspect of real estate and senior transition services so that you can live your best life. And with that, we are at the end of the show. Grisel, thank you for being here. My name is Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. I miss you already.